Looking back at your preliminary task, what do you feel you have learned in the progression from it to the final product? Question 7. Creating a school magazine for the preliminary task was a good experience for using Photoshop. I was allowed to mess around and tamper with different settings on Photoshop whilst making a magazine. I felt no pressure whilst doing this task, which is beneficial as I was allowed to experiment with different ideas, layouts and settings. I also learned about how to lay out a magazine, and that it was about following and occasionally flouting some typical magazine conventions. I realised how to use Photoshop to my advantage and learned how to utilise the many applications of it. For example, I learned how to get rid of imperfections and make my image look more professional. I also learned how to attain a house style throughout a magazine and the use of colours and typography throughout a publication. Creating a preliminary task allowed me to experiment with setting guides and getting my measurements right, so when I did the real task, I had some idea how I would lay out my pages. I gained some comfort in that I had already created a set of pages in a week, so I felt confident in having more time on the proper task. I felt creating the preliminary task helped me learn how to set out a magazine and also gave me confidence in my ability going into the real task.